How to draw an illustration of Post Malone. Now, before I started inking this, I actually did the whole drawing ahead of time just to have it prepared for y'all so y'all could watch this inking process. We're gonna start off with 2 sagging lines for the eyes, and then we'll come in with the circles. Those are his eyes right there. He has these kind of drooping, sweet, melancholy eyes, so that's what we're trying to get across with that. Now for the nostrils, you're gonna put 2 circles right there, and then we're going to connect those with a subtle smiley face line. Now we'll come in, not side by side, but at a slight angle, we're gonna put the edges of his nose, and now let's come in with the eyebrows. Almost making that swooping shape. Sort of like drawing one side of a mustache, really. And now for his actual mustache, we'll draw that sad line, followed up by one that is identical to it. Almost like a teardrop on either side underneath of his nose. And then we'll complete right there. Now for the top part of his hat, you're simply going to make an upside down V right above his eyebrow so that one starts on one side of the eyebrow and it's going to end on the other. And now we're just going to make an arch that's really close to that V. Now for the sides of his face, half circles that connect to that side of the mustache, and then come over here to this side where the hat is, and then over, connecting that to the mustache. Now for his mouth, it's just a smiley face right between the mustache. And I am gonna work my way around and show you where his beard is gonna be placed. So with the beard, think of it like a cloud, kind of this messy beard. Doesn't really have much shape to it, just a fun-loving, soulful beard, we'll say that. Now for the ears, just on top of the beard. Again, this is an illustration. It's supposed to be fun, so we'll just put his ears right there, kind of like a Papa Bear. He does put off some Papa Bear vibes for sure. Now for the top part of his hat, they're gonna connect just between the ears and where that V is. And then now for the top part of the hat, we'll draw that sad face or rainbow, whichever you prefer, depending on what mood you're in. Now for the little button on top, and then the side parts of the hat, just some swooping lazy lines. They go from the top down to the bottom. And since this is a trucker hat, I'm gonna put this patch right there in the center, this somewhat square patch, but it's also going to have a subtle arch at the bottom and at the top. Now let's go ahead and place his hair, and it's really gonna just be like a squiggly line, almost like a piece of spaghetti, like a spaghetti noodle that just connects those. And now, just under it, I'm going to add another wavy line, and that is his first tattoo. Now, Post Malone has a lot of tattoos. I did not draw all of the tattoos on there, but just mimicking what those tattoos will look like is perfect. Now for the tattoos under the eyes, I'm just doing swirls under there. And that really gives that look of those tattoos that he has underneath his eyes. Now for the mouth, we'll complete that big gaping smile. And then we'll draw in his tongue right there. And then finish off those teeth. And then we're gonna go in and put those lines separating those teeth. Just like that. And now for the underneath part of his beard that shows his chin, we're just making a semicircle but we're leaving room for that little patch of his beard right there under his mouth, the soul patch, just like that. Now let's go ahead and get these arms drawn in. Start off by putting that line, connecting the beard, and then we're going to draw a diagonal line straight to connect it. Let's go ahead and put some sleeves on him. And then let's draw that other part of the arm, kind of like a swooping line, not a straight line, so that it connects to that sleeve as well. Now for some stripes on the sleeve, again, just keeping these lines nice and rounded. Now when it comes to the hands, I kept it very simple, very, very simple. So we're just drawing almost like his hand's gonna be a circle or a ball, and then we're just drawing really just sausage fingers on him, just ovals that mimic where the fingers are. And of course, since it is an illustration, we're having him have 4 fingers, and that's good enough. It gets the idea. If you want to put 5 fingers on your Post Malone, that's perfect. Now for the other side of the shoulder, again, a swooping line that connects right where that guitar is going to be. And I know you can see that in the drawing. And then that bottom part as well. And then I'll do the 2 sides of him. And now let's go ahead and draw that center of our guitar. You're gonna place that circle about right there on yours, just below his armpit. And then now let's roll this line out, almost like a wave that's going to make our guitar. I feel like it makes it a lot easier being able to see the pencil lines under it. That way you can go ahead and get your spacing, especially if you're working ahead. The black ink lines just really solidify this. So just underneath the circle, we're going to put a square, or a rectangle, I should say. And then let's make this look 3-dimensional. Let's add this subtle half moon shape right there in the center of that guitar. And now let's run the distance with this line all the way to where the fingers are. That is our neck of the guitar. And we'll stop right there at those fingers. And again, we have the sausage fingers. Go ahead and draw your ovals in there. Since this is an illustration, I always love the Simpson type sausage fingers. Makes it so much fun, especially when we're doing illustration, because the key component of this is not with the hands, is it realistic? It's just having fun and being lighthearted with our drawing. And then also capturing something that actually looks like somebody, mimics what they look like. Now we're going to draw that underneath part of our arm that bends back. And then let's finish off this sleeve on this side. Excellent. Now to complete the guitar, we're going to come in with a rectangle, completing those just like that. And then let's go ahead and add our circles on the side. Makes it look more professional guitar-like, a 6-string. And there's that final one right there. Now that piece is still floating out there in space, but we're about to connect all of that. Let me draw my strings on here. Now take your time when drawing these strings. If you need to grab a ruler, that's perfect. For me, it wasn't that important that they were super, super straight. Again, I'm just giving that illusion that there are strings there. And actually, I think when it's all said and done, I only draw 3 strings on, maybe 4 once it's all done. But again, for those of you who really like to be precise, go for it. Grab that ruler and go after it. Now for the leg. And the inside of the leg is this swooping line that's going to go all the way down to where his shoe is. And then since he's wearing some cutoff shorts, let's go ahead and draw in that fringe at the bottom. And now coming in and putting that sock down. Onto those 1990s Simpson shoes. I always loved just the illustrated shoe. Just so simple and basic. Has the little circle on the side, but still mimics a perfect shoe. And then now let's draw the sole of that shoe just by putting that line just below it and connecting. And then I need to come up here. I notice I need to fill in that line to make my guitar three-dimensional at the bottom, showing that bottom part, that subtle bottom part of the guitar. Now let's finish out the shorts, drawing that swooping line down and then putting a little fringe right there. And then now over to the leg where it comes up and around and then back down. And then that diagonal line. And then also the line that connects to the back part of the calf. Now for that other sock, we're just putting in that lazy line and swoop and then completing that sock. And then another smiley face right there where that top of the shoe is. And then the lazy lines on the side to complete your 90s Bart Simpson style shoe. And now for those simple line laces, just like that. The bottom part of the shoe, and then now the sole, same thing, just put your parentheses on either side and then connect those two lines together. And he does have his foot on an amplifier. So let's go ahead and fill in those details. They're very simple, just a circle with a bigger circle around it. And then you're going to draw that cube or box shape. And now finally, on his shirt, you can write whatever you want to on his shirt, completely up to you. I'm writing the words, "Yes, ma'am," because I swear in every interview I see with Post Malone, he's always so polite. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. And I thought it was just so fitting for his expression with this drawing, throwing up the peace sign, just really happy, loving, just great vibes. So yes, ma'am, that's why I went with that. And just like that, your Post Malone drawing is complete. And one more subtle line. Okay, and now your Post Malone drawing is complete and it's time to bring on the colors. So I have sped this up. It is completely up to you how you color your Post Malone. Right now, just watch, follow, see the steps and techniques that I took using the alcohol markers that I use. And again, if this was a fun video, like, follow, and share. You can even tag Post Malone if you want to. And once again, thank you for arting with Kent. See you again real soon.